Hello, I'm Doug Dormer, founder and CEO of White Pine Systems. White Pine has a proprietary platform for telehealth and patient engagement. With online and mobile applications, our platform, called SPINN, the Secure Personal Information and Notification Network, addresses the most costly and difficult health challenges to improve both financial performance and health outcomes. In the next few minutes, I'll tell you about SPINN and what sets us apart. I'll also tell you about our successes and how the market is responding, which makes White Pine Systems a tremendous investment opportunity. At root, the problem is a system of fragmented care combined with an industry that has not kept pace with evolving technology, which is why the United States ranks number 1 in cost per capita, a bad thing, number 26 in terms of health outcomes amongst developed nations, and in 2012, number 46 in terms of efficiency, one place below Iran. So the opportunity overall is huge. By some estimates, as much as $19 billion in potential savings by improving care coordination and patient engagement, affecting as many as 34 million people per year. Now, when we think of telehealth as an ideal part of this solution, we should think of it as having really 4 aspects. Live video encounters between physicians and patients, community coordination with patient engagement with workflow and online and mobile applications, including self-help applications that allow patients to do things without the need or the cost of labor from the clinicians, that extend thereby work beyond the walls of the clinic itself. And integration with electronic health records and practice management, including scheduling and billing and analytics, and certainly including devices like glucometers and home health monitors, everything from Fitbit. Now, in our view of the world, we don't include the devices themselves as a part of our solution set, but everything else we view as a part of what we offer and the part of what we provide through SPINN. Now, the state of telehealth is very early. We're seeing very low rates. Less than 5% of encounters are conducted today by telehealth. Our friends at Chilmark Research, the leading research analyst in the country, say that today we are in the first wave with wraparound services consisting of separate encounters such as urgent care encounters or perhaps psychiatric encounters, which are standalone events that then operate outside of the overall ongoing continuum of care, the evidence-based protocol for care. Chilmark estimates that it's going to take us until 2018 or 20 to be able to see an integrated telehealth solution, just as I have described to you a moment ago. We have opportunities today where the market is ready to be able to see a full integrated telehealth solution. We call each of these a care unit, a locus of interest, common to a particular health state or condition. These are some of the examples. In each case, we find that there is a sufficient sense of urgency, that the nature of care involves frequent and ongoing communication, that there is an evidence-based practice that can be expressed through technology, and most of all, that there is a payment model today that reimburses providers, including the cost of our products and services, allowing them to improve their sustainability while improving outcomes for their patients. SPINN is the telehealth platform that we believe is the ideal solution to take advantage of this opportunity, including online and mobile solutions based on evidence-based practices that are configurable for each care unit, and including new data with analytics and reporting never before available, and of course, meeting the requirements of Meaningful Use Stage 2. Now, when we think of this patient engagement process, we're thinking not of a single step or a small application, but through the entire process, from engagement all the way through population health, efficiency, and profitability. Each piece carefully linked to the next, and each piece carefully integrated through our platform to existing technologies and existing solutions such as the electronic health record. This is a look at vRecover, the Recovery Engagement Center for Centerstone of Indiana. Centerstone is the largest nonprofit, community-based behavioral health care organization in the nation. We started with them in 2012 with this, a substance use care unit, and this is the public page from that includes blog entries and ongoing discussion boards and request an appointment and live discussion, as well as all of the things you would expect and resources from a public page. Behind that, behind the wall where patients and providers log in, are two more sets of views of the applications. On the left is a coach's view, showing new data about what the patient is doing, captured by the patient outside of the walls without the intervention of the coach. On the right are a set of landing tools and dashboard tools for those particular care units that individual has chosen to help him manage his goals and stay in touch not only with his clinicians but with others who are following the same recovery and treatment path. And of course, we have mobile variations of these solutions. I'm pleased to say that we are soon to add a new set of online games and self-management tools using a platform initially configured for brain injury. Wonderful opportunities to extend that SPINN platform. This is a look at the results that we've seen in one of our groups. This is for a Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration grant, a group of people in recovery. So this is specific to recovery, but we can do this kind of thing with really any condition. In this case, we're tracking three variables, what are called recovery factors, protective factors, that's the blue line, risk factors, the red line, and then a net position of how people are doing. We can see over time how the system is working to demonstrate improved outcomes for these people. Now, it's not just a matter of looking at the overall population in terms of their progress. We also can identify patterns that are important to the internal operating efficiency of the organization. In this case, we see on the top that at milestone 5, that there was a dip in the interaction, that on average the population had a decrease in protective factors, an increase in risk behaviors, resulting in a net decrease in their overall population pattern. And for those that made it through that, a continuing improvement thereafter. When we called this to the client, the comment was, well, we know what it is, we've just never been able to see it or visualize it before. 6 months later, we could see that they were able to address that and pretty much eliminate that behavior pattern. Very powerful things, which is why the state of Indiana allocated additional money to expand this program across Indiana. We've seen significant improvements in operating efficiency and also not only the rate of relapse, but also the rate of recidivism, the rate at which people are engaged in criminal justice, which so many of these folks are involved with. So how do clients measure return on investment? The biggest, clearly, element is simple profitability by having revenue and a net margin under new Medicaid and insurance payment models that more than covers the cost of the technology and the solution and allows our clients to make money from day one by using SPINN. It also improves operational efficiency, which means they can do more with the same levels of staffing. And of course, it improves outcomes, whether or not they are, in this case, outcomes relating to addiction, or whether they're outcomes relating to other health conditions or other behavioral conditions. And all while meeting the requirements of Meaningful Use Stage 2. Now, competition is a tough thing to look at for a moment because no one offers quite the combination of solutions that we offer today. We compete sometimes with patient portals from the major EHR vendors. We also compete sometimes with video telehealth providers, most of whom, as I say, are focused on the urgent care and the consultation kind of a model. And we compete against independent patient portals as well as personal health records. The key discriminators are around the complete telehealth solution, that all pieces are integrated into one solution, a novel idea in today's market. But more than anything, the ability to have a solution that is configurable for specific health conditions, our care unit model. These, combined with very favorable pricing and lowering the cost, give us a significant and sustainable competitive advantage. Now, the market for telehealth solutions is huge. The overall market is estimated to be $2.4 billion, but that includes services as well as technology. Some of the analysts expect that the technology component by itself will be a billion-dollar market by the end of 2018. We look at what we provide, and we think it's about a $260 million market by looking at the specific care units I showed you earlier, the number of providers in those care units, the number of clients, and the ongoing cost opportunity, the ongoing number of sessions and interactions that apply. Within that, we are focusing on immediate sales, and we believe we will have $15 million in revenue for our piece of this technology by 2018, and will be past $20 million by the end of 2019. We've made tremendous progress over these past 3 years, with recognition by SAMHSA and by the NIH at the White House, and now having achieved certification for meaningful use. As you can see, in the last year, we've seen a significant increase in interest with new clients and now with a full pipeline looking ahead. Our marketing strategy is quite straightforward. It's a combination of key account sales and channel sales, along with a heavy focus on the internet using paid advertising as well as website, blogs, and press releases and webinar. We believe this is the most cost-effective means of offering our products to the market and gaining the most recognition quickly. We've already seen significant benefits through doing this. Now we need to ramp it up. I'm proud of our management team, with Chad Cook as our CTO, Jonathan Smolo as our EVP of Sales and Marketing, and Rosalind Bean Harris running our professional services group. I hope you'll take a moment and look at their biographies in our business plan. It's a wonderful team. We have 3 great advisors right now. Mike Lardiere, who is the Vice President at North Shore Health, but has also held positions with the National Council of Behavioral Health and is a nationally known expert. Mark Ford, an expert in security and privacy in healthcare with Deloitte, the large consultancy, and Joe Mullen, chairman of Bottom Line Technologies, a tremendous company that has experience in these related fields. We're very proud of our advisors. Our revenue model is pretty simple. It's really focusing on an annuity stream of per member per year fees. The fees generally start at $10 per person per year, but increase to about $18 to $20 as people add care units or other functionality. We also have training capabilities as well as needs assessments. So our typical configuration is perhaps $30,000 to $50,000 in the first year, followed by at least $10,000 per year because of the 1,000-person minimum for each client thereafter. This is our income statement projection for the next 4 years ending in 2018. As you can see, we expect to just about double the number of clients each year and to increase the number of SPINN members each year. You'll notice that we have an operating loss in 2015 and 2016. I should point out that's on an accrual basis because of the way accounting requirements, generally accepted accounting principles, require us to handle certain fees that we think of as services for integration, configuration, and training. Those fees are amortized over 3 years when in fact we will receive the cash up front in year 1. So on a cash basis, our income should be positive, particularly in 2016 and beyond. So far, we've raised $1,050,000 from friends and family and angels, including $225,000 from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation through its pre-seed fund. Today, we are looking to raise $950,000. We have commitments for $200,000, and so we're now looking to raise $750,000. It's possible that we may raise more capital in the future. However, at this point, we believe that this round of funding will carry us through cash flow profitability. We look at the exit opportunities and we see some amazing things happening. Our friends at Healthcare Growth Partners, an investment banking firm in Chicago, in their most recent report, show multiples of revenue between 4 and 8 for the top quartile of sales of similar related health IT companies. We also see multiples of EBITDA of 12.6 and above. So we believe the company is ideally positioned to be a part of the move towards consolidation between now and 2018. Finally, here's a link to a YouTube presentation prepared by Centerstone of Indiana for their recognition by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration and the National Institute of Health at the White House in September of 2013. It gives you not only a sense of how the clinicians view the vRecover Community Engagement Center, but also how participants, the people for whom this matters the most, gain from the SPINN, the Secure Personal Information and Notification Network. This concludes our presentation. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this discussion. I hope we'll have a chance to talk and that you will join us on this most exciting journey. Goodbye.